Dear students, in this lecture we will study electric dipole. So, what is an electric dipole and what is the condition for dipole? The definition says a pair of equal and opposite charges. That means let's take two charges, one is plus and another is minus. They will attract to each other and they will stick to each other, and it is separated. These two charges are separated by a small distance, and this distance is finite. That means this distance is fixed. And now this pair of two charge whose magnitudes are same. That means if the magnitude of this positive charge is plus 5 coulomb, plus 5 microcoulomb, then the magnitude of negative charge must be minus 5 microcoulomb. It will not be 6, 7, 8, nothing. The magnitude must be same, but the nature is opposite. So it will make an dipole. Di means two and pole means opposite nature particles. So it will make an dipole. So why we will study about dipole? Because dipoles are very common in nature, in molecules like H2O, HCl, NaCl. The center of positive charge does not fall exactly over the center of negative charges. Such molecules are electric dipoles. They have a permanent dipole moment. So, what is dipole moment? Let's take two charge. One is minus q and another is plus q. Both have same magnitude but opposite in nature, and so it will make a dipole. And if we will place it in an uniform electric field, this is the field lines. It shows the electric field, the direction of electric field. So it will be, and the direction of field lines will must be from positive to negative. So if we place a negative charge here, then it will experience a force in this direction towards positive. It will attract negative charge, and the direction of electric field or force on positive charge is in this direction. That is the direction of force, that is QE, and this is plus QE, and here this is the direction of force F, and this will be minus QE. And the distance, the separation between these two charges, suppose this is the center of the dipole, and the center is O, and the distance is, suppose the distance from the center to the positive charge is L, and the distance from the center to the negative charge is L. So the total distance between the two charge or the dipole is 2L, L plus L, 2L. If we consider the moment of this positive charge, that is moment of this positive charge will be q, magnitude of this charge, and into this distance L, and moment of this negative charge will be q into L. So the moment of this dipole, and the dipole consists of this negative charge and as well as positive charge. So the total moment or dipole moment, that is represented as P, will be QL plus QL, because this is in this direction clockwise, and this will be, this force will also in clockwise direction, so this will be added, and the total moment will be QL plus QL, that is 2QL. And this dipole moment is a vector quantity P vector, because its direction is always from negative to positive. In physics, it is an assumption that the direction of the dipole will always from negative to positive, and this displacement it will be, this distance we will consider as a displacement from negative to positive, or in chemistry you can say that direction of dipole will always from positive to negative, and there the displacement will from positive to negative. So this L will be a vector quantity and the dipole moment P will be a vector quantity. So the strength of the dipole is measured by the dipole moment P vector, which is defined as the product of magnitude of either charge and separation between them. In SI system, the unit of dipole moment P will be Q into L, that is Coulomb into meter, and the dimension will be the dimension of charge, that is current into time into the displacement, that is L. In non-SI system, the dipole moment, the unit of dipole moment will be start coulomb into centimeter, or another unit of dipole moment is deby, deby, it is denoted as capital D, and it is mostly used for molecular dipole moment, and 1 dby is equal to, if we compare it with the CGS unit, that is start coulomb centimeter, then 1 d by is equal to 10 to the power minus 18 start coulomb into centimeter, or it is nearly equal to 3.33564 into 10 to the power minus 30 coulomb meter. Then what is an ideal electric dipole? If we consider an dipole, that means one negative charge and one positive charge both have equal in magnitude, and there will be a separation, there will be a distance between them. This is the center of the dipole, and if the distance tends to 0, and or if the separation between the dipole tends to 0, that means L tends to 0, that means 2L. If this is the center, this distance is L, this distance is L, the total distance is 2L. If the distance or the separation between this dipole 2L tends to 0, then only we can say this dipole is an ideal electric dipole. If, and we know the formula P is equal to 2QL, or Q is equal to P by 2L. If this 2L, this distance is 0, then magnitude will be infinity. Q tends to infinity. So an ideal electric dipole is that dipole whose magnitude of the charge tends to infinity while separation between them tends to 0. This is the condition for an ideal electric dipole. Now, electric field at an axial line, or this axial line is called as end-on position due to an electric dipole. Suppose we place a dipole here, one is negative charge and one is positive charge, and this distance there will be some separation, and this is the center of dipole, and this separation will be 2L. This separation is 2L from one charge to another charge, and the direction of the dipole is always from negative to positive. Now, what is an axial line? If this is the negative charge, there will be this, it may be this axis, and it may be the axis of this dipole, it may be the axis of this dipole, it may be the axis of this dipole. And if we place the positive charge here, this will be, it may be the axis of the dipole, it may be the axis of this positive charge, it may be the axis of this positive charge. So which axis we have to consider as the coaxial line? Coaxial line means the axis joining these two dipole, that will be this line, this is the axis joining these two dipole, and this axis is called as coaxial line, or we can simply say as axial line, or we can say it as end-on position. So if this is minus q, this is plus q, this is the axis. This axis is the axial line or end-on position. And here, if we take any test charge here, and at point P, then this positive charge will experience a force on this test charge, and this negative charge also will experience a force on this positive test charge. So what will be the net force on this positive charge? So we have to calculate the net electric field here due to positive charge and negative charge, because positive charge will create a electric field, and negative charge will also create a negative field, will also create a electric field. Both will create an electric field, and both will experience a force on on this test charge. So what will be the net force or net electric field we have to calculate, and the condition is the test charge must be on the axial line, on this axis of the dipole.